there's a lot of questions regarding Josh Whedon. Can you say
But
anything?
I can.
Um,
Um,
there's one specific one that is asking the difference between Zach and Josh, and I've seen it probably like 50 times.
well, there's no comparison that I want to make about the two. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't want to compare them in
Yeah.
any way, shape, or form. But what I will say toward the Joss Whedon situation is obviously I put out some pretty strong words and some pretty strong comments about Joss Whedon, and every single one of those words, every single one of those comments is true. Okay. There's a process that is being undergone as we speak to get to the heart of everything that I'm talking about.
Good.
And so, what it is there is a certain amount of, I mean, I'm a black man in Hollywood, right?
Mm-hmm.
In arguably one of the most discriminatory businesses, period. I don't have thin skin by any stretch. I've been in this business for 14 years, right? I've dedicated every moment of my life to the pursuit of this. What people may not know is that I was actually let go 10 years ago from a job for spearheading an effort to unionize employees at a job I was working at, right?
Wow.
So I don't play around when it comes to this kind of stuff. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
mind taking that L at that point. And I don't mind taking an L now if I have to, if it gets justice for the situation as it stood. So what I will say to that is the man is probably scared, and he should be, because we are going to get to the heart of everything that went down. And for me, for my part, do what you want to me. Fine. I'm cool with that.
They better not.
But when I no, even in the process, like I get it. Like people have differences of opinions and things like that. I've been in projects where, artistically speaking, I did not agree, but you do your work. You go there, you do it. But there is a certain amount of abuse. There's a certain amount of behavior that one is willing to tolerate, and once it gets beyond that point, you got to go ahead and deal with it. And so when you take those grievances to people who are in charge and they do nothing about it, or they try to placate you, they don't deal with the issues,
Mm-hmm.
eventually you're going to have to say something, right? Now, it's taken me 2.5 years to get all the information I need to be able to build up something that's strong enough so people can't dismiss it. It's taken me this amount of time to go out there and say, hey, listen, would you be willing to speak if it was with anonymity and confidentially? And people going, yeah, I would. And so we're in the process of making sure that people can tell their stories in a confidential way that they don't get any sort of retribution done against them. Because when I was let go from that job for spearheading that union effort, some other folks who were pro-union advocates were also let go from that job. For me, I said, well, listen, as long as they get unionized, which they did, I'm fine with that. But the other folks who had been there 10 years, 15 years, who were relying on that job to support their families and all that, I said, that hit me in my heart. And I said, I'm never going to let anything like that happen again, period. So if I got to take the L, if I got to take the hit for this, I'll take it completely. But I guarantee you this, we're going to get to the heart of everything. And if anything I said about that man is untrue, I invite him wholeheartedly to sue me for libel, to sue me for slander, anything. And on the John Berg side of things, because I know he had something he wanted to say about it, and I'm getting a little bit heated, and I'm not going to go ahead and
It's okay.
keep it that way. But
Okay.
on
Let it out.
the John Berg side of things, his denial of the situation, right, his denial of the enabling of that situation, was asinine. It was tone deaf, and it was completely disrespectful to the situation at hand. That man is scared, and he should also be, because we're going to get to the heart of it. So, and if you keep in mind, he did not deny that there was any unprofessional behavior. He did not deny knowing about any unprofessional behavior. He said that we, meaning, I'm assuming, Jeff Johns and myself, we did not enable any unprofessional behavior. You can look at that statement and tell that's a knee-jerk statement of an individual who is scared. That is all there is to
It
it.
came
And
out
so
the
we're going to
day
get to.
it
Oh,
came out the day that you did the first tweet, I believe, and we were looking at it because it just felt like, okay, we gotta slap something out there just
that's
so
all it is.
that
Yeah.
That's all there is. And then an article about Jason playing Frosty being produced by two of the individuals who I just named in this situation. I mean, come on, what are we doing? What are we actually talking about here? Come on. So, I mean, the people are in the know, and I don't have to. I find myself in a place where I don't have to justify the way in which I'm handling it.
Mm-hmm.
Just know I've been through processes like this, and I know how to get to where we need to be. Whatever happens to me with respect to my career or whatever that is, I could not care less. I truly could not. Like I said, my lifestyle is simple. I don't need anything else except to be able to eat, live, and occasionally pretend like I'm a character of some sort in some capacity. You know, theatric in theater, film, TV, whatever. I'm fine. Like that doesn't matter to me. I mean, the world. It's 2020. You know what I mean? Like, look at the world.
Yeah.
The world is on fire. People are dying by the thousands every day. People are fighting out there, fighting for justice, risking their lives for justice every day. So what are we talking about here? What are we actually really discussing? Because if it's about trying to please individuals who are completely or have a history of taking advantage of individuals, then like that's not where I'm at. That's not where I desire to be.
Yeah.
And that's not any place that I have a desire to go back to, because you know the world is going to be different when all this pandemic and you know everything, all the strife that we're currently in this world, when we get beyond that, it's going to be different. And however I got to help to make it different, I'm going to do my damnedest. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead.